No preguntes cosas que no sé.
Yo no puedo ser. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh boy, this is that shit. Tune on in. If you're new to my channel, welcome and stay put. And if you're coming back, enjoy the motherfucking show. No! Yo no sé mañana. Man, this fucking song. Para ti si serás para mí. I don't know if you're for me, but I do know I'm for me, baby. I know I'm for me, but I don't know if I'm for you, alright? Some say I'm too much. Yeah, I'm too much, alright? Alexa, put the volume at 1. Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Fernando motherfucking Caro, right? For some of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Take this for a grain of salt. Judge me, perceive me, watch me, be me. I don't really give a shit, okay? This is all entertainment. I'm assuming you're an adult if you're watching this. Only adults. This is an X-rated channel. We will be using adult language, so no kids, okay? Number 2, respect the laws of your land. And number 3, let's get fucking started, all right? So what are we going to talk about today, all right? Look, I was thinking earlier, these last 2 days, this man you see here, all confident, dancing, fucking salsa, moving them hips don't lie, having a good time. You feel the vibe of what's going on, and it's doing something to you because this is public. Now, what you're seeing is a potential of the vibe and the energy and the confidence to go on stage. And yes, this is a fucking stage, a stage to the world. And I'm here to speak my mind, speak my truth, and express myself, okay? I feel that everybody in this life was robbed of their expression. And so was I, my friends. I was too. I was a slave to my insecurities, a slave to the bullshit judgments and self-image that I had of myself. A fucking pussy. But no longer. That little boy that was insecure and soft and afraid of life broke those chains to express that voice inside of him that burned. Burn, motherfucker, burn! But I know the same is true for you. There's a voice inside of you. And this voice, you hear it. Sometimes it's falling to the very back. No, Fernando, don't lose me. And then the voices of insecurities and doubts and your fucking parents and your fucking friends and your fucking education and your fucking whatever bullshit you got going on begins to suffocate that voice inside. That voice that you know is still alive within you. And it's that fucking voice that knows there's something much more deeper inside of you, a bigger potential, a bigger possibility. That when you listen to this voice, you know that there's so much more potential within you. And you know that shit. And so do I. And the reason why I've gone through my life, done the shit that I've done. Look, in my life, many of you guys, if you don't know me, if you don't know my journey, if you don't know what the fuck I've gone through, none of you do. No one in this life knows what you've gone through. And quite frankly, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit whether you're fucking going through the hardest bullshit. They only care when you start to shine. So motherfucker, let's start shining, all right? Let's start shining. And how are we going to free up this voice inside of you? That voice that knows there's much more potential. Because look, I'm just like you. I was that person that was afraid to speak. That was afraid of what others would say. Afraid of what others would think. So I compromised myself. I kept myself hidden away, protected. Because I was so afraid of what they were going to say. And whoever they is whoever motherfuckers were in your life and stealing and robbing and fucking stepping all over the version of you that you wanted to express. You know that side of you? That side of you that wanted to explore the world? That side of you that knew it was so fucking great? That side of you that knew that if it just got a chance, if people just didn't fucking step all over that side of you, you know that you were a good person. And I was too. But the thing about good people is we're underestimated. I know you were. I was underestimated. I remember back in the days, I grew up playing sports. Basketball was my favorite sport. I played football as well too. And even though inside of me, I knew how great I could possibly be within myself. It doesn't mean that I was the tallest. I was not gifted with the tallest, the strongest. I wasn't gifted with the physical attributes to thrive in that sport. I just wasn't, right? But what I did have was a fucking passion and a willingness that's burned so deep inside of me that I wasn't going to give up, right? And no matter how many times coaches and going to the park and playing pickup, people would choose me last. Motherfuckers would choose me last. You know how when they would get in line and then there's two captains and they're like, all right, we're going to start choosing the teams. We're going to choose him. And then this motherfucker was always chosen last. Oh boy, did that just spark some fucking flames inside of me, right? They judged you and they judged me too. They said, hey, that guy's chubby, he's short, little fat marshmallow guy right there. We're going to choose him last. And little did they fucking know that this man spent hours, every fucking day at the park, Morgan Park. Shout out to Baldwin Park, California. That's the city that I'm from, my hometown. And every day after middle school, in high school, every day you could find us at Morgan Park playing basketball for hours. Motherfucker, because this was my passion. This is what I was inspired to do. And when you're living inspired, you're living in spirit. But see, I didn't know that back in the days. I was just living, doing the shit I like to do. But of course, just like anything else, you were judged, you were underestimated. And you see, I speak for that person. I speak for the motherfucker who was doubted, all right? And what do I gotta tell you, okay? Look, no one in this world can validate you. No one. Just get rid of the idea. Get rid of the idea that someone out there holds the ultimate truth about who the fuck you are. Because the thing is, it's false. No one out there can hold your happiness. No one out there can love you. No one out there can respect you. Unless you fucking love yourself, respect yourself, and honor yourself, because it begins with self. You see, we go in this world seeking the validation outside, seeking to be approved of. We go out there seeking to be acknowledged. We go out there seeking everything. But what they forgot to tell us that everything was within us already. That in order for us to find love in this world, the measurement of love that we are seeking out there must be discovered within our own self. How could someone who doesn't love self find love out there? It's an illusion. It's non-logic. We got to use our logic, okay? Now, what I want to say is truly from the bottom of my fucking heart, okay? I spent my life countless hours dedicated to my self-image, dedicated to improving my state of mind, because I always knew there was something bigger, something much more possible within the realms of my existence. That I was not gonna die. I was not gonna die in this life with my voice suffocated inside of insecurities, boo-hoo, woe is me. Look, we're all dealt cards in this fucking life, okay? Everybody. Some for better and some for worse, okay? But I know for fact, and you can measure this too, is that we didn't have a fucking choice. You didn't have a choice of where you were gonna be born. You didn't have a choice of who your parents were gonna be. You didn't have a fucking choice of the life you were going to grow up in. Some of us grew up in shitty circumstances, and some of us grew up with great families and all the opportunities. But look, who gives a fuck? Because the reality is we're here now. And wherever you're at right now is where you begin to create, right? You're no longer the cards that you were dealt. You're no longer the circumstances of the past. You're no longer your fucking insecurities that you once had. Motherfucker, grow already. Our job is to look at all our faults, to look at the cards we were dealt, okay? And say, okay, where do I begin, right? Where do I fucking begin in this game of life? Where can I now start to take responsibility and control for the decisions I'm making? Because look, we're all suffering from something. And until you find where you're suffering, where the problem is, you're going to be a fucking slave to it. You got to address the bullshit in your life. Make that the game of your life. See, all I've ever done in my life was look at the bullshit that was plaguing me. Was it my weight? Yeah. Okay, so what am I going to do about it? Each and every fucking day, I spent hours dedicating time to the knowledge and the mindset that was required in order to solve the problems that I had in my life. Maybe it was money growing up. You didn't have money. Growing up, you were not grown in a family that was affluent. Okay, so make that your motherfucking job and responsibility to change the destiny. But see, this is what makes life fun, is to look at our challenges. Look, I don't want to die. I don't want to live this life with zero challenges. I think that's fucking boring. I want to have a challenge in this life. I want to have a competitor. Because all I've ever been looking for was competition. Whether it was in sports, whether it was in education, whether it was in school, whatever, man. I was always just trying to be the fucking best. The best version of myself. So we got to look at the bullshit, the things that are stripping away at us, the things that make us feel small. You got to look at your life and say, where do I feel small? Where do I feel that I just can't go forward, man? Because that right there is the brick wall, the wall of fucking China, the wall of China, Joe Biden, that's stopping you from going where you want to go, okay? Make your mess your message. Find the inspiration inside of you. Because you got something to fucking prove in your life. You got something to prove. I know I do. And motherfucker, I'm going to keep going until I find exactly what it is. But see, I'm not looking for anything. It's already here. One thing about, I've, as of recent time, been practicing transcendental meditation. And for those of you who know what TM is, you know the effects of it. I don't got to go seeking out there, and neither do you. Because everything is already within ourselves. Now, as poetic as that sounds, Fernando, but how do I know everything's inside of me? Well, the more and more you start ridding things that are not you, the insecurities, the bullshit, you worry too much about shit that doesn't fucking matter. You all right? And until I realized that I was worrying about dumbass shit that didn't make me greater, I'm wasting my motherfucking life, okay? You're entertaining thoughts that rob you of an experience of life. And each and every one of us only have 24 hours a day. And none of it's promised. None of it is promised. We're all living on borrowed time, all right? So how do you begin? You start to look at all the bullshit challenges, all the adversity in your life. And you say, hey, all right, no one's going to come and fucking save me. I'm not calling on Superman. I'm not calling on Batman and Spider-Man. Motherfucker, I'm my own superhero. I'm my own superhero, so I must wear the responsibility, the badge of a hero within me. And look at all the bullshit in my life and notice that the obstacles in my life become the path. All the shit that makes me feel small becomes the path. I'm going to become strong. I'm going to become strong in order to become bigger than the problem. Because see, our mind can be our greatest weapon or it can be our greatest motherfucking enemy, okay? And most times you're dramatizing, making these problems so big, so tremendous in your mind that you become so small. The problem becomes bigger than you. You don't solve shit by making a problem bigger than you. You recognize it. Okay, there's a fucking problem. Now, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to begin to aim our mind to what we want instead of what we don't want? How can we become bigger than this fucking problem? And so the obstacle becomes the path in our life, and we move through inspiration. So each day start to do things that inspire you. Maybe you feel inspired to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk right now. Maybe you would feel inspired to do a video and just fucking talk to the world about your state of mind and the shit you've gone through, because the obstacle becomes the path. And my friends, I guarantee you're not the only fucking one. You think you're the only one with insecurities? Ha! This world, it's a human condition. It's a human condition. And when you recognize that no motherfucker's perfect out there, that no one has the almighty truth out there, that you have to find it within yourself, within your inspirations, within your reason of life. There's a path ready to unfold for you. But the minute you start to pull yourself away from your path and start to go into the bullshit, you start to deviate, you fuck up, my friends. So here we are, now getting some new ways of perception, new frames of mind to see ourselves and say, hey, I gotta snap out of this shit. I gotta be my own hero. I gotta save my own life. I gotta save my own relationships. I gotta save my own money. I gotta save my fucking life because I am the King Arthur, the King Author. And with my pen, I write each and every day who I am and what my purpose is here. And as the King Author of my life, I'm going to tell the story exactly how I fucking want. Not what was given to me, not what was told to me, but my story, my version. Because you, my friends, are the King Arthur of your life. And it must be the greatest story ever fucking told, okay? No one's story must be greater than yours. Your story must be the greatest story told. And my story must be the greatest story told from my perception, okay? All right, everybody, that's it for this fucking episode. Where can you find me? Find me on Instagram at the Fernando Caro, C-A-R-O, the Fernando Caro. Check out my shit. I'm an IMC warrior monk, and all my brothers are warrior monks as well. You can see all my posts. My Instagram has become like my autobiography. Just as I said, the King Arthur of your life. Each and every day I show and demonstrate my process, some of it, glimpses of it. Here's my video vlogs. I'm just going to promote myself on here in my mind. And we got a lot coming forward, so like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll talk more, man. I like these video vlogs, and we'll do some more of this shit, and we'll see where it goes forward to and where we evolve to, because that's all we're doing is evolving, baby. Let's keep it rolling. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, the Fernando Caro, and I'll see you soon.